Tonight on The Local Live, New York State candidates Shelley Mayer and Julie Killian respond to students at a special forum on gun safety.
County Executive George Latimer signs anti-discriminatory wage law.
Lawyers voice concerns over a local law and membership clubs.
In tonight's roundtable, our friends from Pet Rescue visit us on our special pet adoption show. This and more coming up. Good evening. It's Thursday, April 12th. I'm Kat Galliano.
And I'm Shayla Navarro. Welcome to The Local Live. The Westchester Student Coalition Against Gun Violence hosted a candidate forum on Monday in a New Rochelle church. Republican Julie Killian and Democrat Shelley Mayer are running to fill George Latimer's seat in New York's 37th district. Students demanding answers from them on gun safety.
I absolutely would not accept, nor would I authorize any such funds, but I need to contradict my opponent's statement. Her campaign directly is funded by the Senate Republican Campaign Committee of New York State, which has received hundreds of thousands of dollars from the NRA, and independent expenditure, which is supporting her campaign, which she has not repudiated, has also received hundreds of thousands of dollars from the NRA.
There is no one that I've met that doesn't think that we need to do something. And it's people that own guns, that are members of the NRA. And so I think the NRA can be out of step with many of their members. I fault them for not keeping up on what their members are really feeling, because honestly here in New York, everybody I met wants to do something. So, to me, I just think sometimes Albany's completely out of touch, and I view one of my jobs as getting up there to make them not.
Let's take a listen to some students' reactions.
My reaction from what happened today is extremely positive. I was so happy that both the candidates were here and that we got answers from them to the specific questions that we wanted answers to. I think that for us organizers and for all the people who attended this forum, we now have a better idea of where each candidate stands specifically on the gun safety issues that we were trying to advocate for.
Obviously, I think, the nature of politics, that some politicians and some people in general just try to, subvert the message or not answer the question completely directly. But I thought overall the candidates did a really good job of answering.
To watch the full candidate forum, go to www.lnctv.org. And next week, we will have Shelley Mayer and Julie Killian in our studio.
County Executive George Latimer signed a bill banning interview questions regarding a job seeker's salary history.
Less than men. An applicant's salary should be based on their job qualifications and the value of the job that they're being hired to do, not what they made in the past. By having salary history as a part of the dialogue before an offer is made, you perpetuate an inequality from job to job to job. And I have hired individuals in both the private sector and in the public sector, and I understand that in a budget we allocate a certain amount of money for a particular job, and we look for certain skills in that job. And nowhere when we set the budget for that job do we ask what's the likely affordability of the applicant based on what they've done before. It becomes an opportunity for a business to underpay somebody. And it becomes an opportunity for a public sector entity to underpay an individual. And it's not right. It's not right. It's got to stop.
Passed in a unanimous 16-0 vote of the county legislature, the measure strives to close the gender wage gap because studies show that women are paid 6.6% less than men in their first jobs. A proposed local law would limit some activities at golf and country clubs in Mamaroneck Village in order to reduce impacts on residential neighbors. At Monday's public hearing before the village board, lawyers for the clubs opposed many of the law's definitions and presented petitions from club members against the law.
This is not a clarification. Calling it a clarification may make it sound easier, but it's simply not. You are drastically changing the regulatory scheme in the MR district, and you're doing it in a way that will harm the clubs. And although There's been some references every once in a while to, well, potentially we should listen to the clubs. We're saying this, and we keep saying this, but it doesn't seem like people are listening. This is going to harm the club's ability to operate.
This is a measure that will impose real burdens on already struggling clubs. You've seen clubs go out of business in Westchester County or change to other uses on a regular basis. It's a different market.
Federal income taxes are due on Tuesday, April 17. Mamaroneck Public Library will be offering free income tax preparation this Friday, April 13, from 10 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. I should be there. Remember, your local public library can also provide forms, instructions, and booklets for filing taxes. For more information on the free tax preparation service and what documents to bring, please visit mamaronecklibrary.org.
Welcome to the Roundtable. I'm Maura Carlin with Mike Witch, and we're going to the dogs tonight with a pet adoption show. We're joined by Paula Krenkel, who's the president of Pet Rescue. Thank you, and thanks for bringing the animals with you. All of the dogs here tonight are looking for forever homes, maybe yours. It's www.ny-petrescue.org if you're interested. So Paula, who do we have here first?
This is one of my fosters. This is Hershey, a little Chihuahua, 9-pound Chihuahua from Corpus Christi, Texas. And she is an absolute sweetie. She probably would do best in a home with adults only because of her size, but she has been a treat. She's housebroken, she sleeps all night, all the good things. She doesn't chew my house, which is always a key feature in fostering. So she's delicious. She's about a year and a half. Mm-hmm. So we started taking up dogs from Texas a couple of years ago, and then once the hurricanes hit and places like Corpus Christi were just washed away, we made a big effort to help them out and take as many dogs as they could, so they could then help local people that needed to put their dogs in a shelter until they got resettled. So that's how we wound up with a lot of, she's not a senior, but we did wind up with quite a few senior dogs from a rescue there. And around Houston, we took quite a few dogs from Houston where we have an ongoing relationship with one of the shelters there.
There seem to be more dogs that come up here from someplace else that need to be sheltered as opposed to local dogs.
Right.
Why is that?
The Northeast, really northern Ohio, all the way over through Maine, we do a really good job of spay and neuter. So we don't have packs of dogs running through the streets. In other parts of the country where spay and neutering dogs is not a priority, then you have litter after litter, and they wind up on the streets, they wind up in shelters, and millions of dogs are being euthanized because there's just no place for them. Or they're dumped on the sides of roads or on mountains or in rural areas. And then there are rescue people all over the place that really work hard to get them into their shelters, into their foster homes. But because there are so many dogs, they need places to have them adopted. And we get great dogs from all over the place. And this is why we have Hershey.
And does Hershey need to be outside playing or walking park, dog park?
She is easy, easy, easy. She gets along with the other dogs in my house. I have 3 of my own dogs and anywhere from 3 to 5 or 6 fosters. And I have a cat, and she's perfectly happy. She's not a high-energy dog, but she's a dog that loves to go with you. She would be your best friend.
So who's next? Why don't we bring in the next dog?
Well, we have
9 to go through.
You're a volunteer?
Yes, everybody at Pet Rescue is a volunteer.
And I'm assuming you're always looking for more volunteers.
Yes, we are.
To walk the dogs or pet the dogs? Or
we need people to walk the dogs, to socialize the dogs and the cats. 99% of our cats are local. We do have a really adorable kitty cottage. We need people down there socializing those cats, helping change litter, helping fix things, clean things, just being there for the cats and make them more adoptable. So we need that. We need people to answer phones, people to help check applications.
So if you're interested in volunteering, go back to the website.
Go back to the website or email us at nypetrescue@gmail.com.
Okay.
Who do we have now?
This is Aquaman, another Texas.
Aquaman,
yes.
a superhero?
Yes. Well,
Justice League?
Yes. you kind of run out of names after a while. You know, you can't. The days of like everybody being Spot and you know, Rover. We don't have that. So it depends. If we get a big litter, we try to keep them all with an initial. Okay. So that the B dogs, the C dogs, the D dogs. I once tried to go through the whole alphabet in 1 year in my own house of fostering, and then a litter got sick around L or M, and that was the end of that. But then we'll have, we've had the Friends litter with Rachel and Ross and that whole group, and we've had Aquaman and other superheroes.
So what kind of a home would Aquaman be best in?
So Aquaman, whereas Hershey is
I'm sorry, I can't fit it in.
I know. Where Hershey kind of will go anywhere. Aquaman's a very shy dog, has attached himself to the other dog in the household, loves that family. So it's really a quieter home. Although they have a child and the dog is great with children. But again, this is a dog that's not going to be your dog that's going to greet people and be happy and you could schlep all over the place because it's so comfortable. It's going to want more of a quieter, predictable life. But Hershey, you could see, just walks in and out. He's fine.
How old?
Aquaman is also about 2.
Also a Chihuahua?
A Chihuahua mix, about 7 pounds.
And is this full size?
Yes, yes. And you could see he's still looking at his foster mom, who's over there in the wings, and he's attached to her.
So he will get attached to whatever family brings.
Absolutely, absolutely. Okay. We love our foster dogs, but if all of our foster families adopt their foster dogs, we'd have no place for our dogs to go.
Right.
So,
I've heard that some people are, they think of smaller dogs as yappier dogs.
You know,
bark a lot. Is
no.
that true?
No.
No.
But I've had plenty of big dogs that are barkers. So it's just, I guess, yappy or barking. It depends on what you can tolerate.
Yeah.
Okay, well, why don't we bring the next one? And again, if you're interested in Aquaman, I'm sorry, I laugh every time I say that.
Yes.
Okay.
This is another one of my fosters. Yes, this is Liliana. And Liliana is a very active, loving, sweet dog. I would definitely say a high-energy family for this little girl. She loves the other dogs in the house. Not a fan of my cat, or maybe likes my cat too much. Not sure. She is so adorably sweet and just a delicious dog. Also housebroken, sleeps all night, gets along with all the other dogs. Just an absolute delicious dog.
Is she full size now?
She's full size. Now, it's interesting about Liliana. She came up in October.
From Texas also?
From Texas. She came up with such a horrible skin infection that she's not even posted yet. This is one of our dogs that we've given extra medical attention to, and we did find a dermatologist who deals with animals, and this dog is under his care, and it's an amazing process. They do all the same treatment and testing and medication and
so Botox and filler?
Yes, they do that also. Yes.
When you say a dog is posted, you mean available for adoption?
Yes, yeah.
So they're not, you just can't bring a dog in and expect it to automatically be available?
Absolutely, because first it has to get seen by our vet. That's key. It has to be updated on a shot. And because we're all about the match, we want to make sure it's the right dog for the right home. That's why we love foster homes. I could tell you this dog would not be a good dog in a quiet home. She's a great dog. She's not a barker. She loves to run around my yard. She's great on a leash. She's great in the car. She wants to be in where the action is.
Okay, that's Liliana.
That's Liliana.
Okay, and we're going to take a quick break and we'll come up with our next set of dogs. So stay with us. Jack?
Let Jack
do it. And we're back.
Hey.
We've got another friend here. Why don't you tell us who I'm holding?
Okay, so you have Stretch. Stretch is a beautiful Aussie Spaniel mix, kind of a very unusual mix. One blue eye, one brown eye. Absolutely sweet, quiet, about 7 years old. Gets along with dogs and my cat. Great on a leash, great in a car. A happy, happy boy. Calm, gentle.
What kind of family?
Anything.
Anything?
This dog will be great with any family.
What about for an older person?
Perfect, because he's good on a leash, he's good in a car, he would love company. Right, you cutie pie?
He's got a beautiful
also had
coat.
a skin it.
He's got a beautiful coat.
Now, this is another dog that's being treated by our dermatologist. We have no idea what happened. He's great now, but he had no hair from like his belly down.
Oh, you'd never know that.
I know, because we gave him great baths, right? You had medicated baths, special food, and now he's perfectly fine. We cleared up all the issues, and he's ready to go.
Okay, so if anyone's interested, this is a real sweetie. Why don't we bring the next one in? Okay, you really are cute and kind.
And quiet.
Quiet.
They're not camera shy, though.
No, they are not.
No.
They're all waiting for their moment.
Right.
Okay, so who do we have next?
This is a puppy. This dog is Shadow. Although Shadow
Shadow?
sort of sounds like a kind of a boyish
Sit.
name.
Yeah.
Can you sit?
She is
Sit.
an adorable hound mix. She's only about 5 months old, so my guess is she is going to be a nice-sized dog. Maybe, maybe 40 pounds, 50 pounds, because she's a big girl, right?
So you need somebody who's strong enough to manage.
Well, she's a puppy. You need exercise. For puppies, we look for people who are home and available to the dog. They're like toddlers. So you wouldn't leave a toddler at your house 8, 9, 10 hours while you're at work. You'd have somebody there. If you don't socialize a dog, you're going to wind up with one of those dogs that growls at everybody, that barks at the door, that doesn't know how to behave in a social situation. So for a puppy like this, for all our puppies, we look for homes where somebody's around. Not all the time. We don't expect people to give up their entire lives, but the dog should be included in their lives.
Talk a little about the leash is attached to not just a collar.
Right. We are very big on these harnesses. It prevents the dog from pulling. It's much easier to walk a dog. When you get the dog used to it, they're not now pulling on their leash, and their neck isn't getting pulled. And because it's tied at the front, if they try to pull too hard to get in front of you, they're automatically turned around because the leash is going to pull them back.
What is this called? The kind of harness?
A harness? I'm not sure if it has a special name. Huh. There are other harnesses that I have a certain kind that is more of a vest, and my dogs work much better on that kind of a harness. But this is the one that we pretty much train all the dogs on.
When people come to adopt a dog or a cat, do they get some counseling? I mean, you try to match them up.
Yes.
And
there's a screening process too.
There's an application, and we, again, because we look to make the match, we ask for things like, do you have a house with a yard? Are you traveling a lot? What's your lifestyle? How active are you? How many people in and out of your house? So it looks like we're being intrusive, but we don't want to get the dog back in 3 months saying it wasn't a good match. We want it to be right from the beginning. So when we're talking to people, we do talk to them about the best type of dog for them. We do have a trainer that works with us. Plus, we have a list of trainers, local trainers, that will work with families. So not counseling as much as advice. We're looking for information, and we've given as much information. We give information about the dog's medical condition, health, medication history, whatever we've done, the family gets a copy of.
Why don't we bring our next dog in?
Yeah. Are all these dogs pictured on the website?
Not all of them yet, because we just got some in, and my two, because they were going through treatment for their skin issues.
Oh, you like
Shadow's
the camera,
very
do you,
happy.
Shadow?
Is this Heidi?
This is Heidi.
Hello, Heidi.
Okay, hello, Heidi. Heidi,
We have to see the other end, Heidi.
Yes.
The other end.
No, Heidi is very
She's got some
thirsty,
water.
so she helped herself.
She just had some local live water.
Right, so Heidi is a terrier mix. She's
Okay.
about a year old. She's 37 pounds.
And
This
Heidi
is pretty
is
much
lively.
Yes, Heidi's very lively, but gets along with everybody. She is like, she loves anybody, any dog, any critter that comes near her. This
Where's she
dog
from?
is thrilled. Again, Texas. You just happened to get our Texas dogs.
So tonight's they're really all from Texas. We got Southern dogs.
We are Southern dogs, yeah, but we have had plenty of our dogs from South Korea, Los Angeles, as I said, and a lot from West Virginia, and they just get adopted. I mean,
Are the dogs that are coming from warmer climates okay in the winters here?
Yes, you're such a good girl. Yes, they all adapt. In fact, a lot of them are much happier in a cold climate.
Oh, interesting. Now, Heidi's on the larger side.
Yes.
Would Heidi be okay in an apartment?
As long as the person is going to get this dog out running a few times a day.
A few times a day, that's a lot.
Absolutely, it is. It's a big commitment. But again, think toddler. Do you want your toddler cooped up in your apartment all day?
Now, do you have to have the strength,
This is a dog that we would absolutely not give to somebody that could not walk a dog like this. We work on telling them how to walk a dog. We will show them, we'll counsel them. Again, they could talk to any trainer. But yes, and the more exercise the dog has, the better it will be on a leash.
There are, I've had occasion to walk up at Playland in the wintertime.
Yes.
And the beach seems to be,
great.
goes to the dogs off season. Yeah.
Yes.
You don't need a leash, and the dogs seem
it's
to have
great.
a wonderful time, as well as the owners. There's a lot of socializing that goes on when you have a dog.
So we have, we also have the Ward Acres in New Rochelle, which is a great dog park. And there's one in Portchester that opened a couple of years ago from one of our volunteers. She was on the move and she got them to open up a dog park in Portchester. So yes, we think all of those socialization pieces are great for the owners and the dogs.
Okay, and Heidi has had her moment in the limelight,
Yes.
and we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with more dogs for you. And we're back with our last set of 3 dogs, all available for adoption at Pet Rescue. The information should be on your screen. And this one is loving our guest. Paula, tell us about this one. Who do we have?
Lucky.
Lucky. Okay.
Okay, his brother's coming on too. Lucky is a great puppy. Lucky is a puppy. It's about 5 months old, about 37 pounds. We're going to be much bigger, a much bigger dog.
What's much bigger? 60?
You sort of, you kind of double the weight at 5 months, but that's really, I mean, I've been off by about 30 or 40 pounds, so I'm not the right one to ask about this. But yeah, it's good. She's going to be a big lab mix. A lab mix.
Lab mix. Okay.
Hi.
Right, you cutie?
Yeah.
So she, yeah.
She's not wearing a microphone, so we can't hear her, but
What would you
She's
like
cooing
to say?
a little.
saying, yeah.
So we get the dogs out a lot. Now this dog and the most of the dogs at the beginning were all in foster homes, but we just took a lot of dogs in. Lucky and the 2 dogs coming up, next puppies, are at the kennel, but we have people there all the time, walking the dogs, playing the dogs. We have fenced-in playgrounds, and we let them out and running, and people do pack walks, so they're used to walking with other dogs.
And for people who are just tuning in, you're looking for volunteers.
Always looking
Pet
for
Rescue
volunteers.
is a volunteer
Yes.
organization, and volunteers to do everything from clerical to
Dog
helping
walking,
care
to
for the dogs.
socializing, and cats. Don't forget our cats. I did try to get a few cats to join us tonight, but they're not so simple.
So what kind of home does Lucky want?
Oh, we would like somebody home that could really get this dog out and social.
This a family kind of dog?
Definitely. This dog is a great family dog.
Okay. Now, Lucky has a sibling here?
Yes,
Is
Lucky
that
does.
who's next?
Lucky does.
Is it an L name or or something else? Okay. So we switch to the next dog.
Okay. They look alike.
They do look alike, and they are siblings. And I'm blocking on this one's name.
Oh, lucky
Luke.
sibling.
Luke.
Luke, thank you, Luke.
Okay. Luke.
Yes. So Lucky and Luke are siblings. So the same thing goes. They're both happy.
Now, Luke
easy.
seems a little calmer. Is that, or it's just the moment?
Just the moment. Okay. Just the moment.
Fair enough.
Do they
and
need
it's
to
a
be
big deal.
adopted together?
No, no. In fact, we do not adopt out siblings together because we always get one back.
Why is that?
You know, we think that as they get older, there's sibling rivalry, and I don't know, you know. I mean, occasionally it'll stick, but more often than not at some point, and it could be in like 5 years from now. However, if you adopt one, and then 5, 6 months later, the other one is still available, that seems to work better.
Ah, okay. So Luke is also available, about the same age as Lucky. Are they from the same litter?
Same litter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and same kind of family they
Same
need,
kind,
a family.
active. You know, take the dogs to the park, And it doesn't have to be with young kids. I mean, young kids are great. Teenagers are great. The problem with teenagers go away to college, and then the dog is home. So it's all about the family. It's about the commitment, and we do tell we tell everyone it's going to be your dog, the parent's dog.
Okay.
The kids may be great and responsible and wonderful and love this dog, and they're going to college. I still have the dog that my daughter convinced my husband we needed while she was on the way to college, and now she's married and has a baby, and I still have the dog.
There you go. Who's our next and final
Paula,
puppy
what does it cost to keep a dog for a year? It must vary, but
We tell people to expect at least $1,000.
What about health care for these dogs?
Okay, so, okay.
Oh, first you have to tell us who this is. What a beauty.
Oh my gosh. This is Dotty, not from the same litter, but from the same area.
Okay. Hi, Dotty.
About the same age. Right? Are you adorable?
yes, she is.
So we ask for a $350 donation for dogs. And there is a state-mandated deposit for spay-neuter, which you get back once you've demonstrated that you've had the dog fixed.
So they don't come fixed necessarily.
Right. We try to do it as quickly as possible, but sometimes the dogs are very small, so you kind of wait till they're 5-6 months old. The ASPCA was advocating for 8 weeks old, which is kind of young, but they are, we want to cut down on the number of dogs in shelters, so the sooner you get them.
Why aren't more people taking care of that in the country? It seems.
It's kind
Is it the expense?
Cultural. No, down south it's amazing. Up here in the Northeast, you could pay $800-900. Down south, it could be $25 or $30. And people, it's just a cultural thing. So yeah, right. So
but it's an important thing to do, as you said, to keep them out of shelters.
Yes, and it's healthy. You're reducing the number of things. Certain cancers are reduced. Other health issues, we've been told, are reduced. Right?
Does it affect their temperament?
We certainly have not found it. It will calm a male, but again, there are so many factors involved.
So,
amount, but you asked about
Yes.
how much, and that's really important because people do not understand that. It's the food, it's the toys. You want to board a dog, you want to go away. What happens with the dog when you're traveling? Even if it's unexpected travel, you have to factor that in. Somebody dies, you have to go to help a sick relative. You're out of town. What do you do with the dog? It could be $40-50 a day to board your dog.
Right. So there are expenses that go with it, but they are beautiful dogs.
They are. But know what it still needs vet care, and as long as if there's not an emergency, it's still an annual visit to update the shots, do a health check just like you do your children.
But they make wonderful family members.
They do.
And Paula, thank you so much for bringing
Thank
the dogs.
you.
Just remind us the website if you're interested in any of the pets who are here tonight or others.
Yes, many others. www.ny-petrescue.org. And our email is nypetrescue@gmail.com.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Yes,
Before we wrap the round table, Mike and I would like to thank Shayla and Kat. We will miss you, but you got our round table going, and we will be forever grateful for that.
So true, so true. So we wish you well, Shayla, in your new venture, and Kat, and we hope you come around again. You don't have to be total strangers.
That's right. Thank you for joining us, and stay tuned. We'll have more community stories coming up in a moment.
I'm a reporter, I'm a producer, I'm a writer.
I am a news anchor. I am a producer.
I am a news editor.
I am the technical director.
I am a reporter. I am an anchor.
I volunteer for the local Live because I'm a proud resident of Larchmont and Mamaroneck, and I like to give back to the community.
I volunteer for the local Live because I believe in bringing the news into your living room.
I volunteer for the local Live because I believe in leadership, support, and success in a community.
I volunteer at the local Live because it's a fun learning experience, and I know each week I come, I can learn something new.
I volunteer for the local Live because I believe in community television.
As a spring intern at the local Live, I learned new skills like video, editing, and production, and furthered my skills as a writer. The internship gave me confidence as I embarked on my journey through the world of journalism.
We are the local Live.
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 Condolences from LMC TV to the family of Eugene Grant. Eugene was active in Mamaroneck and a philanthropist who supported an array of institutions. Eugene would have been 100 years old in July.
Our new spacious studio here at Town Center is allowing us to share more resources with the community. We will have new classes for LNC TV members. These include a sports highlights reading is this Friday, April 13 at 7 p.m. We're going to have also smart photography. That's on Tuesday, April 17 at 7 p.m. Talk TV, a producer's guide, is on Saturday, April 21st at 10 a.m. As well, we're going to show a class about editing your footage. This is on Tuesday, April 24 at 4:30 p.m. And our Reporters Bootcamp, I'm going to be teaching that class. This is going to be on Saturday, April 28 at 12 p.m. So make sure to come by. You're going to learn to edit. You're going to learn to film, be on camera. And most important, you're going to learn how to be a reporter for the local Live.
Also save the date. This April 20th at 6 p.m. we will be hosting our official ribbon cutting ceremony. And remember, we're always looking for new volunteers and interns to help produce the newscast, and we love hearing from our viewers. Email comments and inquiries to the local Live at lmctv.org. Our entire production team thanks you for watching.
Now I would like to formally announce that this is my last day as LNCTV News Director of the local Live. It has been almost 5 years in this journey, and all I want to do is thanks to all the people that support the local Live since its beginning. Thanks to Christina Carino Forrest and to Dina Schumacher for teaching me how to edit and film. Thanks to Eric Lewis for trusting me to create this show. To my news team, to my co-producers, this is Kat Galliano. Thank you for being like the best assistant news director that I could ever have. You guys, to my news team, you guys are the best thing anyone can ask for. We have grown together. We have won awards. You guys have the passion and the drive to reach for the stars. To our LNCTV family and amazing staff, to Sharon, to Stefan, to Rob, to Matt, to Eric. Thank you for everything, for all that support. Thanks to our partners, our local nonprofits, our local businesses owners, our public officials. I'm leaving now, but I'm leaving the show in good hands. I want to introduce you to Sibila Chipasiwa. She will be taking over and becoming your new LNCTV News Director of the local Live. Welcome, Sibila.
Welcome. Thank you, Shayla. Thank you, Kat. Shayla hired me as an intern 4 years ago, and I also want to say thank you to LMCTV for simply existing. It is here where I knew that being a multimedia journalist is what I wanted to do as a career. I'm very excited and know that your show, Shayla, will be in good hands, especially because of all the staff and volunteers that keep LMCTV going.
And that's all for tonight's show. I'm Shayla Navarro.
And I'm Kat Galliano.
And I'm Sibila Chipaziwa. See you next week. Good night.